My name is Christian. Here is our group members: Xu Zihan and Zhang Qinyu and Wang Jiahao. Okay.
Let's start.
Okay. So about the first question, in the current highly captive environment of Chinese fast food, what impression does Yiwan Yangchun want to leave on people?
Okay, so that is the first question. One of our mission of Yiwan Yangchun is called New Chinese Noodle Soup. So in these four characters, there are two very important. One is new, and another one is Chinese. So what are the two characters mean? That is what impression that the Yiwan Yangchun give to the people. First, let's talk about the new. So we don't want customers to merely categorize us as fast food. Although we are very fast and convenient, fast should not be only the label for us. So we are not only a fast food, but also we have a kind of image to our customers, and that kind of image is that we are not simply replicating or copying the old ways. We respect the tradition very much, but as for the tradition craftsmanship, it is we like to meet, or we need to integrate into today's fast-paced urban life. So that is what new called, or what is new mean. And another one is called Chinese. That is the other very important character. So in our label or in our image, Chinese is not only talking about the traditional Chinese style or Chinese culture, but also something that the emotional feelings to the people, to our customers. The emotional feeling is the service can be represented from the service, from the image, from the label, or from the atmosphere of your cooking style and the restaurant style. So that is what I want to say from this question.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Shu. And let's talk about the second question. Why did you decide to start from traditional creating and taking cultural heritage noodle art as the core of your brand?
Okay, so why did you decide to start from traditional catering and take intangible cultural heritage noodle art as the core of my brand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this question too, let me see. What I want to say from this one is the key word for this question too, I think that is the social responsibility for the brand. What is the social responsibility? That is, the restaurant cannot be only as a restaurant. It has to be, or it has to do something to the community. So this decision originated from the period of market observation, personal reflection. On the one hand, there were many old-fashioned noodle shops hidden from the city streets, where the skills of the vegetarian chefs were truly remarkable. On the other hand, a number of new, fashionable, decorated, interest-famous noodle shops emerged in the life. So we want to integrate them together. That means not only give the people some traditional intangible cultural heritage noodles to our customers, but also they can find some Instagramming. That is called a word called Instagramming. In Chinese, we call that 打卡点 from our restaurant. So the noodle or the ball of noodle is not only the food, but also some atmosphere or the feeling, a kind of feeling from your eating period. And what I also said about the social responsibility is that the intangible cultural heritage needs to be inherited from period to period or from legend to legend. That is very important. If nobody talking about this or if nobody tasting about this, it will be disappeared forever. So that is why we want to take this as our mission to keep the intangible cultural heritage into our restaurant or into our recipe, because we think that we have that kind of responsibility to inheriting this kind of culture to more and more people in my life.
Yes, thank you, Miss Su.
On the third question, I want to ask you, you insist on freshly made noodles every day and slow cook intangible culture heritage soup base. So, which actually puts a lot of pressure on efficiency. So, why do you insist on it so much?
Okay. So that is what you have said from this question. There are conflict, right? One is freshly made noodle soup every day, so that should be a fast pace. And another one is slow cooked intangible cultural heritage soup basis. So that is called, there are two very conflict efficient. So what actually put a lot of pressure on efficiency? Why it should be a fast food restaurant, but also have some culture in it? I would say that the answer for this question is standardization. That means that our solution is not to compromise on those two core qualities, but also to how to use the systems and methods to support the insistence. Therefore, we built our own central kitchen, not to turn the product into the pre-prepared item, but to achieve large-scale or standardized protection to the core raw materials. So what you should set from the summary part here in this question, the very important key point is standardization. If you are putting something into standardized, that means it can be. So that means the two of the slowly and fast could not be a conflict anymore. It could work every day. So we have our own recipe. We have our great standard operation procedure. So every staff and every chef should or must follow this SOP. And when you are doing that kind of standardization into a very smoothly way, you can find that every work or every service becomes smoothly. So in short, our lyrics is to ensure the preciousness of front end quality through the strength of back end system rather than the other way around, sacrificing the most indesirable things for the sake of front end speed. This is indeed more difficult, but we believe this is the right path for the brand to last.
Okay, thank you, Miss Su. Let's talk about the question 4. Compared with other Chinese fast food restaurant or noodle shop, what do you think is the hardest for others to copy about your brand?
Yes, that is a very interesting question. That means so actually we have already franchised, because every fast food have their franchising the most famous or the most successful one is McDonald's. They are not only a fast food, but they are also the biggest franchising company in our world. So we cannot eliminate these kind of things happen, because when you are going, when your shops going bigger, or when your restaurant become bigger and bigger or more popular, everyone will wants to replicate you. That is the normal situation. But for our mission, or for our creative idea, is that we have built our own product that is called product plus supply chain plus experience. So actually we have done a lot of efforts on this. First, there are very high barriers at the product level, because the noodle shop is not only a noodle shop. It has many ingredients. It has so many ingredients into it. For example, the soup, and also the meat and flowers or something in the noodles. So if you cannot have a kind of standardization, that means the one of the customer come today and they have your noodle and they taste it good, but tomorrow he also come and he find that it is not the bowl of noodle that he tasted yesterday. That would be a mess, or really a loss for this restaurant. That means the restaurant will miss a loyalty member, right? So what I have said from this example is, what I want to tell you is that product is very important, and not only the food, but also the recipe you give to your customers every day. It should be exactly the same. And the second, there is a supply chain or operation middle platform that supports scale without compromising quality. We have invested heavily in building central kitchen and a restrictly selected supply chain system. So that is to ensuring the flavor and the quality of the core ingredients are highly stable to every store. That is the supply chain. And also, from my opinion, is that if you are having a very standardized supply chain, you can lose your cost. That means that if you can lose your cost from one bowl of noodle, and that you can earn more profits, right? So that is also that another people cannot replicate you at a very short time, because they do not have a very standardized supply chain. And finally, it is the brand experience. Actually, I can give you another example. For example, if you are very familiar with one, let's have a bread as an example, right? Have you ever went to a very famous bread store?
Yeah.
I forgot the name. One of them is in Shanghai, right? Called Bread or something. A green bag. Do you know the name for that?
Green bag.
The green bread, a green bag, a green paper bag, and many KOL, when they are taking pictures, they hold that kind of bread, a bread with a bag, and that is the logo, or that is the slogan for the bread store. I forgot the name for that bread store. I think that is called Bread or Cheese or something. Okay, whatever. And when it becomes successful, many brand stores or many new brand stores wants to copy that, right? So you can find many green bags everywhere in every city. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. So that is the thing. Why and every brand they needs to be the first one, not cannot be the second one or third one. If you are being the first one and everyone think that you are the original one, in Chinese we call that 原版的, and the other ones, you are doing the same thing with the first one, you are always the copy one. So that is why I thought that it is very hard for other people to copy my brand. That is to say, if I am doing something very creative and everyone wants to come to my restaurant and doing the Instagramming or something, they want to taking pictures for the noodles. Now I will definitely do the number one. So that is what I want to say. The one is product, one is supply chain, and the third one, very important, the first or the unique experience I can give to the customers.
Thank you.
I got a question. The COVID-19 had a huge impact on the catering industry. How did you deal with them at that time?
Okay, the COVID-19, the pandemic. Okay, yes, that is the tough part for not only for this restaurant but also to the whole world. Okay, so what we should do, everyone would find that it is the hard thing, but it has already over, right? So when you are thinking to something that's already finished, go back to think about it, you will find there are many things changed. The world has changed a lot. So the first one I would say is we change our business model. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, every stores we support, or almost all the customers, they would like to have a dine-in experience. But after that, we can find that we have a very long time quarantine in our home, so we are restricted to go outside and have a dine-in experience. So that is very important to change our business model into the delivery service, the online and delivery service. And from this part, I want to say more about this part is that the mini program is very important to develop, because we have many apps that you can also order that online, right? The most famous app in China is Meituan. It has been last for a long time and it is the biggest one. But from now on, you can find that many popular logos or stores, they want to build their own mini program. They can link with WeChat. Why? Because we can save money, or we can save the cost from the third party. And the mini program is also build more and more what we call that the your loyalty customers. if the loyalty customers become your membership, that means that he can order more, and also you can give them many more coupons to insist or to encourage them to order that from the mini program, not from the third party, the app. So that is the first one on the online and the delivery service capabilities. And the second one is we explore some new sales channels. Okay, so from this part, I want to say about the community group buying. That is also going back from what I have said is social responsibility. When you are having a small restaurant, a fast food restaurant, your core customer is from your community. It's always been the small restaurant will always be popular at around 5 kilometers around at first, and then the 5 kilometers around. By 5 kilometers around the community is your core customer. So when we are having the COVID-19, we also build a group buying product. That means if this kind of building, for example, the 10th floor family orders 3, and the 12th floor family they got 4, and we can have the free delivery fee for the community because I can deliver the 7 noodles to them at the same time. So do you understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is not only convenient to us, not only convenience to the restaurant, but also convenient to the community. And we have a very, very good or build a great relationship with the community. That is also very, very important. I forgot the English name about this. The Chinese I want to say is about 口碑. If you are having a very good 口碑 in your surrounding community, and your restaurant will be successful at last.
Yes, many people
Okay.
go to your noodle shop.
Okay.
If you have a
Yeah.
good Kobe, yeah.
Yes, so you can check Kobe, the reputation or something. I
Yes.
forgot the exactly name for that. You can check it later. Thirdly, focus on the internal aspect of the strengthening the foundation of the system. Yes, so we were not only thinking thinking about some new ways to open our business, but we should also focusing on the old ways, or focusing on what we should do from the internal system. So we try to reduce the cost, improving efficiency, and also during the pandemic, we can find that the AI system become rapidly stronger from the COVID-19 pandemic. So yes, that's true. In our restaurant, we also use some AI system that can reduce many costs. Yes. So to the end, what I will say that from the pandemic, we have learned a lot. We have to build our community connections. We should have our social responsibilities, and also we should give a very good use for the new technology.
Okay. Thank you for showing us the insightful points. Let's move into our next questions. How do you ensure the quality of each store remains high as the opening speed increase? I think this is a very difficult to carry a lot of the noodle shop. So I want to listen to your opinions or your views.
Thank you. How do I ensure the quality of each store? So that means how do I franchise? How do I control the franchise system? How do I control the quality of each store? Yes. I would say that the two keywords, also keywords for your homework. One is standardization and another one is corporate culture. Standardization, I have said that a lot of times. That is also a very important part when you are having a franchising. What does that mean? If you are go franchising, your franchisee, first you should find a very good or right person as your franchisee. They should not only have money. A lot of people have money, but they should have a kind of responsibility to your brand. That is very important. That means that your brand is their brand. They should think that we are a team together. Not only wants to earn from you, but we should be a team. We should be a family. That is the first part. A franchisee is very important. And the second part is you should have a very fluently standardizing procedure to operate in your daily life, the daily service or daily business. I can give you an example. Not only me, but many small restaurants. Not only small restaurant, I should say, many restaurants. They have a very good they have a very good. They are successful at the first pace, at the beginning, and they want to franchise because franchise could earn more money and have a more reputation to your community and to your society. That is a good part, but they are always finding a very tricky question is that when they are doing the franchising, you can find that it could be a bad thing because you are using a same brand, but every restaurant will have different kind of style or different tasting to the customer. That could be a failure to the brand.
Yes.
And also, if you find that we have for example, we have already opened 5 stores in 1 year, that is a very big success. However, if you find their finance report, you can find that they didn't earn much money, or even they have a loss. So that's why about this. It is about the standardization, I would say. So when
Yes,
you are having your
the opening cost also is very high. So, if you at the same time operating so many the noodle shops, how to keep your qualities?
Yes, exactly, how to keep the quality. So at the first time, you should not you should not focusing only on franchising, but also
Yes.
to your standardization of your whole system. That means that we change a boss or change a stakeholder, or change a stockholder. I'm sorry, change a stockholder. People can say. Other part, what I thought about is the corporate culture. When you are having a franchising or when you are opening opening the new restaurants, the franchisee should obey or agree your corporate culture. If they don't agree your corporate culture, he or she is not a very suitable franchisee. Do you know what is corporate culture mean?
Corporate culture.
Can you explain of that? I can understand corporate culture.
And the boss, if someone they wants to say that, hey, I think that you have a very successful business, let's do it together. So what you should thought about this is he or she has the same corporate culture with you, or if he or she obey your corporate culture. If they think that you're doing a really good thing or really right thing, they will follow your corporate culture, and your restaurant will not be that bad.
Okay.
First thing is upholding the quality in the process of large scale expansion. When you are having a large scale expansion, you should always, or you should just keep your corporate culture at the same time.
Yes, I think this is a very important. So, thank you for sharing this useful points. Let's move to the 7th questions. 8 minutes. Who do you think are your main customers now? And why the customers choose your noodles shop to eat?
When you're doing the business, you should always have your main customer. You should also always think about this. Who are your main customers? Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So our main customers, based on our membership data and store observation, the profile of our core consumer group is very clear and present. That is mainly the young white-collar workers and office workers aged between 22 and 35, living in front and second-tier cities, as well as small families with young couples and children. Okay, so that means our main customers are young people, and also, can I say that they are profitable, or they are kind of rich young people, right? Okay, so they have their life space is very fast. Yes, the time consuming is their conservation. Their time is highly fragmented. So we are noodles. So we can represent that as a fast food restaurant. So our food is very efficiency of dining process. And also they have a higher requirement for the quality of life and consumption experience, so that they are not a kind of profit sensitive, they are not a price sensitive customer. They are not 价格敏感型. What they consider or what they care about more is their quality.
The food quality and
yes, the first one is good food quality, and also the second one, your eating dining atmosphere and eating environment.
Efficiency. Eating your noodle shop is saving their time.
Yes, and third, they have a cultural confidence and have a natural affinity and curiosity of things with the traditional Chinese cultural elements. Yes, that's true. This part I think is very great because if you if they think that your corporate culture is very remarkable, they will also choose your restaurant. And I would say that this kind of customers, they care about more than just they talking about more than just Chinese culture. What they are talking about is the let me see, what is that? Is sustainability. Do you know the word sustainability?
Is sustainability is consistent to do something?
Yes, yes, sustained to do something 可持续发展. What they think about more is the sustainability of their whole life and the whole society that could be represented into two parts. The first part is your food. Are there healthy food? Are there no MGO 就是味精 right? Are they just very healthy, I would say. They are very healthy food and very good to your body, to our daily life. That is the first thing what they care about. And the second part is is it sustained to our Chinese culture? That's why we choose the intangible cultural heritage as our core mission because that is sustainability, right? So every board is freshly cooked, ensuring the quality, but also the noodle is just between tradition and modernity. We aim to achieve the traditional flavor, but not old-fashioned. Our products are rooted in intangible cultural heritage techniques with depth, but the space visuals and the communication methods are rapidly very fashionable and relaxed. And we also want to build more Instagramming points to our in our stores to let more and more consumers to come and taking pictures, taking photos in our restaurants. That is also very important.
Okay. I also have one questions. Just Mrs. Shu's, how to balance the traditionals and the noodles, the flavors and at the same time, how to balance the traditionals and the modern?
A similar question with number 3. So what do you mean about traditional and what do you mean about fashion? Mm-hmm.
The flavors, I mean the flavors. How to
Okay.
make sure the customers like you noodles, the flavors,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yes.
to keep the traditional cultures. To
Okay.
tell the to tell to make sure that everyone's like you noodles. I mean, yes.
So that is the traditional say. Traditional refers to the is referred to the tasting, the flavor of the noodle. And what do you mean about the fashion part?
Fashion part. Oh, sorry, I don't understand your meaning.
Okay. You said that we should balance, right?
Yes.
Balance the traditional with what?
With what?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Could you say it again?
I don't catch you. You said. Can you repeat that?
Okay. Let me think. Traditional is the flavor part, and fashionable is the daily new life, is the life paced, fast paced new life in society now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so how can I balance the two parts? I would say that it's not conflict at all because in our society, more and more people they are very appeal to the old culture. More and more people appeal to the old pop culture. I think that is because our Chinese culture is that how to say that Chinese confidence. We have more confidence to our Chinese culture, and the whole country encourage us to support our old culture to make it bigger and stronger,
Okay.
like 国潮风, right? So many old fashioned. Maybe we call that old fashioned, but now it is become very popular. So, so I don't think that is a conflict to me. I would say that it is a very shining part to my restaurant. If I can do that in a good way, or if I really insist the recipe of intangible cultural heritage food noodle recipe, I will appeal or I will attract more and more people to come and taste that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Mr. Today's so
Mm-hmm. So am I clear for every questions? Am I clear for that?
yes, my partners, my questions, is very clear about that. So
Okay.
we can ask our group members.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions about it?
No.
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 Thank you.
No question. Okay. Hope it will help you. Hope it will helpful.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.